mentioned to us that definitely playing a little differently. There's been some, maybe some adjustment. How do you feel maybe the offense has changed a little bit over the last week or so?
I mean, I just feel like pretty much everybody engaged as not just getting the ball, but everybody just locked in and just trusting every call, making sure we run every call the right way, and I feel like that just kind of helping us and just more spacing and stuff like that, just helping us to really thrive on every offense and stuff like that.
You've mentioned how much Draymond has sort of been in your ear and by your side, and Steve also mentioned how much he's hyping you and Andrew Wiggins up. How would you describe what it's like when he's hyping you up?
I mean, it's always great to have the leader of the team giving you guys that type of confidence. And it's not like we lost it. It's just every other day, no matter if we have confidence or not, he's always there. He always hyping me up, me and Wiggs at the same time, to just tell us to keep going no matter what.
You had 9 more makes in the restricted area today. How much of that is the spacing that you're talking about? How much of it is just kind of a concerted effort to get to the rim?
It's more focusing on getting to the rim every time, and obviously just every other day just working on my touches, because you could get there, you don't know what to do, because at the end of the day there's going to be a defender or not. But it's just working on my touches and just focusing on getting there every other time, because like we always say, we got so many shooters, and having those type of shooters help you with the spacing, and you don't need to take a shot because the floor is spread out.
Do you feel like you're getting more freedom to kind of explore a little bit offensively?
I mean, definitely for sure, and I'm not taking that for granted, because it's a situation that I'm in now where they give me that type of trust to do certain things, and just looking forward to expand even more, and that comes with me doing the right things to have my coaches trust me.
I think you got 39 minutes tonight. It's been pretty regular, 30s now. How comfortable are you starting to feel that, you have a role on a nightly basis that is really about 30 minutes plus every night?
I mean, it's always, I always feel like I have a role. I mean, it's just a matter of fact of just getting better every other day, and as much as I get better is as long as they're going to still trust me and giving me those type of minutes. And I'm not just going to go out there and just do things that I'm not supposed to do and expect to play 30 minutes. It's just go out there and give all I got, and obviously they just see it and they trust me and just give me those minutes.
When you got your technical, it was Draymond who was coming over to kind of calm you down. Did you register that I got Draymond over here trying to calm me down?
I mean, it was just a funny way that I got to take. I mean, I kind of just waved it off because I was trying to explain to him I keep getting fouled every other time, and he didn't want to listen to me. And just seeing Draymond being on my side, that just motivated me more to just keep up the same energy.
You're looking more aggressive per game, showing a lot of confidence, especially on a fast break when you dunk. What areas of your game do you feel like you're most comfortable, and what areas you think that you want to improve?
I mean, I'm most confident. Like I always say, I'm more of a guy who will attack the rim most of the time, and I just want to get more confidence just making those threes when I'm wide open. And I feel like I'm working towards it every other day, and at some point they're all just going to fall in.
Cool, thank you. Steph, you guys are clearly going with the Draymond at center, Kuminga, Wiggins unit. What's different about you guys when those guys are playing like this? Is it a different feel when those three are together?
I think the biggest thing is if we can find a way to not foul get stops, use obviously the speed at those three positions, physicality, athleticism. You know, it makes our offense a little bit easier. We gave up a lot of offensive rebounds in the first quarter, but once we settled that, our offense fed off our defense, and you see J.K. getting run out layups. You see Wiggs operating in space. Me and Draymond getting into pick and roll situations. So it just it's if we could play bigger than our size, then it usually works in our favor. That's just the challenge on a nightly basis, depending on matchups and who we're facing. That all five guys are working together defensively.
Kuminga's had stretches and even past seasons where it feels like it has felt like he's coming along, and then it's kind of been a stop-start. What to you feels different about what he's doing this time around in general?
Just clarity on how he can impact the game, defensive intensity and pressure, taking what the defense gives him on the offensive end, whether it's attacking driving lanes, finishing the rim, like I said, getting transition buckets for us. You're knocking out open shots when he has them. And there's just an element of aggressiveness. You don't want him out there second-guessing anything. And for the most part, he's done that really consistently, and it's given him a lot of results, obviously. And, he's out in the 39 minutes. That obviously helps.
There was a play with about 2:30 left where Nick Nurse sends the double at you off of Kuminga. You kind of toss it over to him. He goes, scores. Is that a satisfying kind of moment for you, or a situation where it is a guy like Nurse, who I know you have history with, sending a double and you just kind of get an easy bucket right off that because of what Kuminga's doing in a lot of ways?
Yeah, I think, even without Clay tonight, who's a spacer out, you have to be aware of where he is. You just, like you said, make the simple play, and something good came out of it, which was nice. And that is, I think maybe, last year or a couple months ago, it might have been a pump fake or, trying to analyze the situation, and then by that time the defense kind of can get reset. Like, whatever the play is, whatever the look is, or the decision he made is the right one, just be aggressive. So it does help to take advantage of advantages like that and give us great momentum.
All right, Steph. You guys have played, I think, about 70% of your games have been clutch games. I think tonight was the exception, although it was headed in that direction until late in the fourth quarter. What have you guys learned about yourselves when you're playing all these close, tight games that are, 5 points, 5 minutes or less remaining?
What have we learned? We got to be better. We've lost too many of those for various reasons. I think the challenge is to not. I was talking about it last game, is to not get deflated or defeated. When you're in those situations, losing confidence or whatever because of the past results. Like, you have to believe that whatever night it is, that's your night to get over the hump. And that's why there was a lot of frustration after last game, because it was another opportunity missed. On the road coming up, you got to expect that there's going to be games like that you have to be prepared for. I think we're getting better, but better is only good if you win.
Steph, Brandon played in the starting lineup tonight in place of Clay. Brandon has described himself as a mini Draymond. Do you think...
He said that?
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love that guy so much.
So I was going to ask, what do you think of that description, and also what are your thoughts on him being selected for the Rising Stars game?
Great honor, great acknowledgement, considering where he's been his last 3 years from college to now. I think he tweeted about dreams coming true, whatever it was, a couple months ago. I don't know about that comparison, though. I'll let him and Draymond figure out their similarities and differences. But I just love his confidence when he's out there. He gives us great energy. He gives us in practice and games, like he feels like, and he knows he belongs, and that you can't teach that. And then it's just about him learning the lessons he needs to learn, as a guy that's, being trusted to play heavy minutes and continue to get better. So I think he comes with that attitude every night. Draymond, big shoes to fill.
Steph, speaking of Draymond, Steve said that Draymond lifts up Andrew. He lifts up Kuminga. And Draymond shared what he tells JK each game, which is nobody in the world can stop you. I mean, how much do those kinds of affirmations and encouraging words and behind the scenes, pep talks matter for these guys coming from Draymond?
I mean, I'm sure they matter a lot. I don't know how they would explain it. I think JK's talked about it, giving him a little boost of confidence. The cool part is, Draymond had those type of guys, Jermaine O'Neal, David West, David Lee when he was with us. Like, that's a vet's job to, be sounding board, be that a gas in the tank for the young guys, and what they do with that energy and that confidence is up to them. So that's a team atmosphere, and I love the fact that they're open to that motivation, knowing it's coming from Draymond. It can come from a lot of different ways, and like I said, it's up to them to figure out what they want to do with that.
And your 3-point shootout at All-Star Weekend, how much fun is this going to be with you and Sabrina?
It's going to be awesome. I know it's something that hadn't been done before, and the fact that we get to be on that stage and, from last summer when, they had their All-Star game and she shocked the world what she did, to the conversation around that, and now the challenge of what's going to happen in Indiana. So I'm excited. I'm coming to win. I know she is too. I think she said she's moving back to the NBA line. And you can tell how much confidence she has in herself. So I think everybody, obviously tuning in should love the competition no matter how it plays out. But I'm definitely going to win.
Steph, you mentioned earlier about playing bigger than your size as a team. Tonight you had Joel Embiid, 5 of 18, 8 turnovers. What was the defensive mentality going in, and how did you feel about how it was executed?
You could play the best defense in the world against that dude, and he can have whatever he has, 70, whatever. So, it does require a team effort. It requires you giving up something. He's going to get to his mid-range. He's going to draw crowd attention. You're going to have somebody probably open on the weak side, and everybody has to just fly around and rotate. I know he's dealing with some knee stuff, but you just got to continue to send bodies at him and make it as tough as possible, knowing he's such a great player. You play the best defense in the world, and he can still, get a bucket. So up until he got hurt, we worked in our favor, and we executed our game plan pretty well.
Also, it looked like the whole building got a lift tonight when the AFC Championship winners strolled through tonight. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
I mean, obviously, being here, you love to see the Niners get it done. I do love Mahomes and Kelsey. Got to play golf with them this summer. I see him in Tahoe every year, so we have a pretty good relationship. In my household, it's just a win-win kind of vibe, but obviously, the hometown team. How long has it been since they won? 95. You love to see that.
Kerr mentioned that you guys are doing some things differently than you have in the past. Draymond asked Draymond, he said, listen, if you do the same thing for 10 years, opponents are going to figure some of it out. How different are things for you? Is it as simple as maybe a little more isolation, less of the ball movement to get one-on-one situations? And do you think that, it was about something you had to do?
This team is different than in teams that we've had in the past. And because this team is different, some of the patterns that we've been used to, and with Draymond out for so long, it opened up opportunities to kind of reassess, how we're trying to create shots, how we're trying to create momentum offensively, and even how teams are guarding us has gotten a little bit more extreme, and trying to take me and Clay out of that off-ball stuff and, crowd our space and make other guys, try to handle and make plays. So you have to lean into that and get a little bit organized. There's times throughout the year where we do simplify the offense a little bit to try to get out of a rut or kind of a downswing, and we had that conversation probably last week. And we've been playing better offensively, and I think there's a little bit more organization on that end. Now you have to marry that with the defensive side, and I know we lost the last 2 games before and won tonight, but our offense has been really solid. I think we're getting better. It's just we gotta keep doing it.
Thank you so much. Hi, Steph. As the team is on the road for the lengthy stretch in the second half of the season, and especially next week, still have the 5 games. It's a hard game schedule. The significance of each game intensifies. So consider this. Could you elaborate how to make sure you can take enough rest and play performs well and help the team move forward? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, 5-game trip is going to be tough. Our record where it is, we need every single one of them to get to All-Star break with momentum, and we'll get our rest, we'll get our recovery. Everybody hopefully can be available. We're starting to get some guys back over the next couple weeks, but every game's important. And the challenge is rough because we're 4 games under 500, and we know, we need to make up some ground before things get out of hand.